Hi, it's lesson 18, dividing fractions by fractions. So, what is 2 divided by 1/3? How many pieces of size 1/3 are going to fit into 2 holes? So, I have 2 holes here. This piece is going to have 3, and this is going to have 3. So, my answer to this is I'm going to have 6 pieces in total. Okay, first thing I'm going to point out is just notice that I have the same denominators here. Okay, all right, so I'm going to divide 2/3, and what I want to know is how many pieces of 1/3 fit into 2/3. So when I look at this, I have 2 1/3 pieces in total. So I have 2. All right, now I have 8/3 here. How many 2/3 pieces will fit in here? So I have, here's 2/3 and here's 2 of the thirds, and here are 2 of the thirds. But I also want to point out that here are 2 of the thirds. So I'm going to share this with my first friend, my second friend, my third friend, and my fourth friend are going to get these pieces. Okay, so I have 8/3 divided by 2/3, and that's going to be equal to 4. Everybody's going to get 4 pieces. Okay, so I'm going to get you to stop. I'm going to get you to do question number 1. Okay, so if I'm going to go back now, and I'm going to explain something. When you have, I'm going to use this one. When you have 2 fractions that have like denominators, you are talking about the same object in both cases. So for example, okay, to find 2/3 of 1/3, you're going to end up with the same groups. So let's draw this out. Here, I'm going to draw this out. I'm going to say instead, I have 9/5, okay? And I'm going to divide it by 3/5, okay? You're asking how many groups of 3/5 fit into a group of 9/5. So this isn't all that different from asking how many groups of apples are going to fit into a group of 9 apples. Okay, so or how many strings of length 3 meters fit into a string of length 9 meters, or how many groups of 3 people can be made from a group of 9 people. Okay, so the fact of the objects of fifths doesn't matter. The answer is still going to be the same. Okay, so that's what I was hoping to prove to you with these. Okay, so let's have a look here. And we're going to really have a look here, because now we're looking at more towards the numerators here and what's happening, because we know, okay, that the number in the groups is not going to change. Okay, so what I want you to do is draw all of these out. So draw out 20 divided by 5, draw out 20 halves divided by 5 halves, 20 thirds divided by 5 thirds, and 20 fourths divided by 5 fourths. Pause the video, make sure you do this, because you will actually remember it better if you draw it out. Even if you make a mistake, it will grow new synapses in your brain. Okay, pause. All right, welcome back. So I have 20 in total. I have 5 in each group, right? And so I'm going to have 4 groups there. Here, I have 20 halves, but I want to share 5 halves with my friends. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5, right? And now here, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 halves that I'm sharing with my friends. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 halves I'm sharing with my friends, and then there's the last one. So in total, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I can share with 4 people. Same as this one, right? All right. So I have 20 thirds here, and I want to share with 5 thirds with each friend. So I have 3, 4, 5. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. So again, I have 4. I can share with 4 people in total. Okay, so I have 20 fourths and I have 5 fourths. So I'm going to share this with my friends. Again, I'm going to change colors here just because I like to. So I have 5 fourths here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, wrong too many. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, I have 4 groups. Okay, so those denominators, I want you to notice that they are the same. Okay. All right, so again, a different way to look at it. I have 2 groups of 3 is 6. So with this, if I want to do division, right, I have 6 in total, I divide it into 2 groups, and I have 3. So it's not going to change. I have 6 total, number of groups, and what's in each group is 3. Again, I have 3 in each group, I have 12 in total, and I have 4 groups. So my answer is going to be 3, right? If I have 18 and 6 groups with 3 in them, is 18 divided by 6 is 3. So 6 divided by 2, the total number is not changing, or goes first, and that is what is changing actually. So, and then the number of groups is there, but what is not changing is the group, how many are in each group there. Same as with this one, 6 times 2, right? So that I'm just taking this and doubling it, and I'm doubling this, multiplying it by 2, right? And then here, I've just multiplied the 6 by 3, so I've tripled everything, and I'm still going to end up with that answer of 3. All right, so moving on. If you have any problems with that, make sure you're coming to the help sessions. Okay, so I have 20 divided by 5, and I'm going to look at these here. So here's another way to look at this. I have 20 divided by 5. So based on what I have experienced, the 3 in the group is never going to change. So I have 20 divided by 3, and what I'm going to do is multiply by 3, and I'm going to divide by this other guy here, and it's 5 over 3, and I'm just going to multiply by 3. Okay, so what we get from this is I have 20, because I could multiply this by 3, which would be 60, and then I could divide by 3, which would be 20. And I'm going to divide here, and this would be 5. Okay, and this is going to start making a little bit more sense in a little bit, hopefully. So make sure you stop and go and do the worksheet and come back to the video as many times as you need to.